I left you at the vertical line test, which only works for what kind of situation? Graphs. What are the next 3 things you see in your book? Graphs. I lie. I'm the worst kind of liar. There's 4 of them. Does that mean we can use the vertical line test? Let us use it then, cabbages. There is a vertical line. That's too thick. I'm going to use a highlighted vertical line. I know it is not perfectly vertical. Nobody make fun of me. I'm an old man. I'm getting more and more palsied every day. Palsied means I am getting shaky. It is a good thing that my grade 9 science teacher did not say, Matthew, that's a brilliant idea. You should become a neurosurgeon. Because if he had, and I was cutting into people's brains now with that shaky a hand, it would be a bad thing. But you could argue that maybe if I were a neurosurgeon, I would have taken better care of myself over the last 35 years. Function? Still? Now? Why? When I have x of x equals 1 for an input, how many outputs are there? 2. It could be 2 or -1. This is not allowed. Now let me ask you this. What if well, wait. We'll just keep trucking along. Function there? Yeah. Function there? No. Function now. What about this situation? When I have 2 of the same output. So now I have 1 over here, but I got -2 to there, and I got -1 to there. Is that okay? Yes, because when I input -2, it only gets me an output of 1. When I input -1, it only gets me an output of 1. So that is okay. This way is not. Luda? Great. Domains. Are the domains my x values or my y values? They are my x values. Where do I find x and y values from on a graph? Pardon me? Up and down, left and right. So here is a point right here. Does that point have an x and a y value? What is its x value? Its x value. -3, because we are doing domains now, yes? That's okay, brother. Everybody does. What in math should we write first? On the left, the biggest number or the smallest number? Think back to grade 3 when Mrs. Badcrumble had the number line around the room. What numbers are on the left? The negatives, which are the smaller ones. What numbers are on the right? The larger ones. So what number should I write first? -3, because it is my smallest x value. What is my next x value? -2. Are there any x values between them? No. What is my next x value? Do I need to write it twice because I have 2 points there? No, because I only am caring about the elements that make up the set of the independent variable. What is the next one? 0. Then what? Then what? Then what? And I should put squiggly brackets around it. And there's a whole bunch of other crap I need to write there. Don't worry about it. Okay? Some textbooks and questions you get will show you things like x with this funky e and an I, because x is only integers. Right? There's no fractions in there, yeah? Crap like that. Don't worry about it. Okay? If it comes up, I'll tell you what it means. But at your level, we just care that you can identify the domain and the range. Where do we find range? On the y-axis. So, what should go first? The top or the bottom? The bottom. There is my lowest y value. What is it? -2. Then what? Then what? Then what? Then what? Then what? How can I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 range values, but only 7 domain values? I always get mixed up. And only 6 range values. Mantaj. Absolutely correct. These are no longer pairs. There is no -3, -2 dot on here, right? That would be here. There's no dot there because these are no longer pairs. They have been split into domain values and range values. Everybody good? Spectacular. What is different about B? As in, boy, that looks difficult. It's a line, not dots. But there are some dots, aren't there? So, let's talk about those dots. The domain. What is the lowest domain value that you see on that graph? -3. It's nice and easy to find because there's a dot there, yeah? Now, the next dot you see is 0, yes? But, what do you notice at -2.5? Is there a point on the line? What do you notice at -2? Is there a point on the line? What do you notice at -1.75? Is there a point on the line? What about at -1.5? What about at -1.49? What about at -1.48? So what is that telling you? Is there an x value for everywhere along this line? Yes. So our domain is no longer a list, is it? It is every single value from -3 up to where? +3, right? So our x values, could our x value be -3.1? No, why not? Because it's not in between 3 and -3. Could my x value be positive 2.999999? Yes. So we have to bring back something from the 9th grade for some of you and something from the 6th grade for some of you. We got to bring back the hungry alligator. Yay! How many people called it the hungry alligator? Be honest. How many people called it Pac-Man? There's a few of you. How many called it greater than and less than, which is its real name? Excellent. Good. I love it when teachers use the real names. Nothing like making it more confusing. You musicians. All right. So, -3 is less than all of my x values, isn't it? And x is less than 3, isn't it? Because x cannot be greater than 3, so x must be less than 3. Now, all of you are aware that the hungry alligators, or the crescendos, or the less than signs have, or the Pac-Men, have an ugly cousin that has that little equal sign there. Which one of these do you think is correct? Is it the hungry alligator, or is it his ugly cousin? In this case, it is ugly cousin. Why? Why, Shitu? Because I actually can hit 3. So I must put equals. Everybody good? Now, to write this properly, I should have squiggly brackets, and I should have written x such that with a vertical line. It's a whole bunch of crap. And then afterwards, because I can have every single fraction, I should write x is the set of real numbers. I do not care. This is all I care about. All right? At your level. But I have done my due diligence and I have shown you the other stuff. A great many of you get very hung up on the other stuff. I don't know when to write X with a funny E and the Y. I don't care. Okay? This is what I care about. This is called set notation. Now there's another way we can write this. And we write it this way. And I'm going to change to a light blue because I'm using blue for domains. -3, comma, 3. Because it goes from -3 to 3. And because -3 is included, we draw an actual bracket. Because those are actually parentheses. But square brackets, some people call them hard brackets. I'm sure there's a musical term for it. I do not know it because I do not read music. And this 3 is included, so I put a hard bracket. Everybody cool? This is called interval notation. Bellissima. Fortissimo. These only work on lines. We could not do these up here. Okay? Now, being the intelligent young people that you are, let us imagine what the range would be. Where do I look for range? On the y-axis. What is the lowest y value? Let's just say it's -2, lawyer ball. Huh? When lawyers argue stupid little points to get their clients something slightly better. Okay? For example, I am standing on top of monkey bars and I am 3 years old. My mother is playing on her phone, crushing candy. I fall off the monkey bars whilst my mother is not parenting me and playing Candy Crush. I then am broken and half dead on the ground. Mom finds a lawyer and blames the playground builder for building a dangerous piece of equipment. Yes, I was climbing on it. No, Riley, if you have yet to figure me out, you should understand which side I fall on here. That is lawyer ball. Arguing for the sake of arguing. Okay? What's the easier thing to assume here for teaching purposes? That this is exactly -2 or that it's 1.9375, Mr. Myers? There you go. Understand? That's what I mean by saying quit playing lawyer ball. Stop trying to argue minutia in the event or at the expense of learning the concept. What do you think minutia means? What do you think it means? Minor details, because it is from the word minute. No, minute. Minute is time. Minutia is tiny, unimportant details. See how much you learn in math class? What? I disagree wholeheartedly. All right. So what, RJ, what is our lowest range value? Well done, RJ. Now, we are dealing with ranges, so it's a y, yes? Now, it is -2 is less than or equal to our y's, yes? Okay. Now, we go up. Now, here's a mistake kids make. They often stop there because the line stops there. Does that make sense? No, because is there not y values all the way up to here? You must go to the top of the graph, which is 3. Agreed? Now, what would this be in interval notation? -2, comma, with what kind of brackets? Hard brackets, square brackets, or just say brackets, because the other one are parentheses, but we call them brackets. Is everybody good? Now, as Avnor said, she's like, I've never even heard of the ugly cousin. Why do we need the ugly cousin? Allow me to show you. Turn to the next page. 93. Oh, no. Are they graphs? Yes. So can we do, are they graphs of lines? So can we do set and interval notation? Yes. So even though it looks a little funky, because most of you looked at it and were like, nah, can we get started with the knowledge that we have? Of course we can. Domains we do in blue, and we look on which axis? The x-axis. So what is our lowest domain? And be careful, I have done this trickily. No. -30. Each square is worth 10. Oh. All right, now, -30 is less than or equal to x, because right there, that looks like exactly what we've done in the past, yes? So we are going to apply our previous knowledge. Now, we know that that domain goes up to -10, yes? But something looks different at -10. What? It is circled and not colored in. What do you think that means, RJ?
It could be that. It's like everything else, including that. Right?
Very close. Other way around. Everything up to that, but not including that. So, is negative 10.0000000000000000000000000000001 allowed? Yes. Is -10 allowed? No. Hard no. No. So it is less than -10 because it doesn't ever equal -10. Clear? Now, change colors to interval notation. -30 to 10. But I know it hit 30, so I use the square bracket, but it doesn't hit 10, so what do I got to use? Not a squiggle. A parenthesis. Or a round bracket, or a soft bracket. I don't care what you call it. That goes with square ones. That goes with round ones. Are we clear? Now, you are very intelligent young people. What do you see happens again right there? The line starts up again. So do I have another domain? Which starts at what? 0. Does the line hit 0? Why? Because it's colored in. So I do that. Up to what? Anything but 30. So is 29.999999999999999999999. Yes.
One day you're gonna get yourself into a lot of trouble with them.
What?
Saying the numbers over and over.
Why? I've been doing it for 25 years and it still doesn't soak in. Some of you are going to get these questions wrong on the test.
0.9999.
So, what is it in interval notation?
Parentheses.
Zero.
No.
No, hard bracket. Zero. Comma. 30. Stop.
Nice. Now, you can all see that my domain has two different sets, doesn't it? So we use the following symbol, a big fat U, that stands for union. That means this function has one set of domain union with another set of domains. Everybody cool? All right. Now let's do the same thing for range, which we will do in red. What is my lowest range value? Negative 20. Do I hit negative 20? How do you know? Colored in, so it's a Y. What do I go up to?
Less than negative or
Anything but 0. Do I need to make the joke? No. Now, let's put that in interval notation. Does it start up again? Does it start up again?
yes.
So I need a U. Where does it go next? 10. You have to put the smaller number first. 10. Is this the right one to put there?
Yes. No. Yeah. No. Yes.
Jewel.
Final answer? Yes.
Too bad.
So no.
Why is that wrong?
It doesn't include 10.
It doesn't include 10. Why? Up to what? Why did I put that one there? Because it does get to 30 because of the closed dot. How do I do that in interval notation?
Bracket 10, comma 30,
Always smallest number on the left, just like we read a number line. Please notice how many things from Mrs. Bad Crumble's grade 1, 2, and 3 class are coming back to grade 10. Tons, right? And it's not your fault that you were taught the stuff in grade 6 and never used it again. I'm not in charge of that, right? But you need to, when you leave here, if you all went to, most of you that went to Abbey Middle, there was a teacher back there that made you write math dictionaries. I don't know if he or she is still there, but if you had that teacher and you kept your math dictionary, I cannot stress it enough. Go back and look at it. There's stuff in there that I don't have time to reteach you. Okay? I don't know who it was. All right. Let's look at this one. Now, this one's weird. First thing with this one I want to ask you, is it a function? Let's take our vertical line. Is it a function? Most of you right there say no, except RJ. Why is it a function?
Because it's like the hollow one. It's not like.
The hollow one doesn't count. So this line goes up to 3. This line starts at 3.0001. Everybody understand? So, let's do the domain. Where does it start? It's tricky. Yeah. It is a function. It's a special kind of function. Where does it start? Yeah! Does it include -6? Why? Yeah! So, is it Pac-Man or his ugly cousin? Pac-Man. And then what? And then what? We go all the way along. Some of you will say it ends at here, but does it? No, because it starts again right there. Oh, damn. Okay. Well, it certainly ends there. No, why not? Because it starts again. Where does it end? What kind? There you go. And what is the interval?
Soft bracket, -6, 6 hard bracket.
Beauty. Now, range lives where? On the y value. Where's our first y value? 3. What's the next y value? 6. Where's the next y value? 9. Did I connect those? You can't. There's nothing there. So is this a line?
No.
So can I use interval notation? Can I use set notation?
Yes.
No. What's the only one I can do? What did we do when we had dots? You had to list them. So this is what? Squiggly bracket, 3, 6, 9. Everybody good? All right. Now, we're almost out of time. Son of a motherless goat. I don't quite have time to do this. Yeah, we'll just do one more quick example. Everybody draw that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And put a closed dot right there. I shouldn't use red because I use red for whatchamacallit? For range. Let's use green. Now, watch carefully. 1, 2, 3, 4. Watch carefully. Is it a function? Yes, it is. Why? Vertical line. Excellent. What's my range? Or my domain? Where do I start? -5. Do I hit -5?
Yes.
Yep, because it's a closed dot. Now, what does that arrow mean? Keeps going in what direction? Down and to the right. What is at the other end of that arrow? What is it? Infinity, yes? Will I get to infinity? Do I ever equal infinity? So it must be infinity. Everybody cool? What would that be in interval notation? Because you never get to infinity, right, RJ? Now, there's another trick here. Some people will write this a different way. That says x has to be bigger than -5, yes?
Yes.
And there's no upper limit, is there?
No.
So we can also write this. I'm going to use a third shade of blue. X is greater than or equal to -5. Because that means all the numbers greater than -5 count. All the way up to infinity. Everybody cool? Anytime you see an infinity, you can write it with only one arrow. Everybody good? Now, you're intelligent young folks. What do you think is the range? Because the range is tricky. We're out of time. Check the video tonight to see what happens.
Wait, you're going to record it without us here?
I'm recording right now. You're welcome to sit for 2 seconds. The lowest value here is negative infinity because it goes down. Never hits it. Y goes up to and hits 4. So, round bracket, negative infinity, comma, 4. Or y is less than or equal to 4. I. Oh yeah, sorry, 4 is a hard bracket. Thank you, Shitu. Credit to Shitu. Try the next 2 pages. I thought I tried it, but it's not going to happen. See you tomorrow. Chairs up! Chairs up! Oh, it's not the end of the day. Goodbye! Goodbye! No, don't worry about it. We'll do it tomorrow.